What's up, livers? Boom, boom. Wow, it's really bright and sunny. Friday, right? Maybe for some of you, it's like Saturday. UK is always a little bit ahead of us. They're always a little bit ahead. I can do that because we have an English guest coming on in 10 minutes. And we're going to be talking about music. And he's going to be talking in his badass English accent, which pisses me off. How are you guys doing? This is Liveonlive. What's up, Mind Tricks? Good to see you. Dude, appreciate your comments the other day, man. Those were like super make our day, make my day, make Tori's day kind of comments, bro. Loved it. Thank you for dropping some stuff in the in that Discord. Thanks for bringing your fans too. Just lots of thanks, man. Dude, I might even share Mind Tricks comments. Would that be cool with you, dude? If I was just kind of like, yo, this is the kind of shit we want at our Discord. Is that like allowed? Is that like a Discord law? Like you can't take someone posted something in Discord and then read it on a live stream. That like it breaks the matrix. Fuck, I'm gonna do it anyway. I mean, what are they gonna do? Shut me down? Maybe, I don't know. I like how I'm getting like aggressive with my thank yous. I feel like that's it's a good turn. All right, guys. Mind Tricks. This is me. This is my impression of Mind Tricks on our Discord. Hello, my name is DJ, owner of Mind Tricks Entertainment. I'm a jack of all trades, master of none. Appreciate that. I'm a DJ with 9 years experience, music producer, graphic designer, drone videographer / photographer. The entertainment industry is moving to the online world very quickly now. So I will be launching my podcast show, Mind Tricks 2X's Music Experiment. You wanna yeah, dude, tell me about it. It's crazy. And just quick aside, for those of you that are maybe a little concerned, maybe it's like it's a mental health thing, it's a physical health thing. I'm getting my haircut tomorrow. So we have it under control, but it's crazy. But I appreciate your concern, Tori. Sorry, back to Discord. Mind Tricks Music Experiment, an online radio show in a week. Dude, if you want to post that, bro, let us know where we can find that. Give me a URL so people can find you. Started doing sound engineer work as a technician 11 years ago for live music. Okay, so live sound. Did you do front of house or did you do what did you do? As well as other fine arts. I started writing songs and making beats during the COVID-19 quarantine. I was speaking with someone who is from Italy, and she said, "It is during the quarantine." And I was like, that's how everyone should be saying it, dude. It kind of sounds like a holiday. Happy quarantine. I've never been a good vocalist, so I decided to try and rap for the first time in my life. It's an interesting seg. I have a rough draft of that song without final mix mastering, released on SoundCloud. This is me trying to do two things at once and realizing I can't, so I'm just going to go back to this. I'd love to learn more about your vision. It's bad. As you guys can tell when I'm leaning in, it's like, geez, that guy really can't see. And dad jokes. Hook me up, Tori. Come on. Don't make me wait for it, man. I'd love. Give me a 1, dude. Thank you. Jesus. It's like I gotta beg for it. I'd love to learn more about your vision and share advice with each other. For sure. You're welcome to come on. Maybe we can bring you on as a sort of a guest, or just we'll chill. Why don't you just pop on sometime? Maybe possibly collabing in some way, working together on some future projects. Feel free to message me and then some contacts. So if you guys want to check in Mind Tricks, you go by Mind Tricks. There's a demo on our. Thank you. No, they're not. They were, but Thanks, Tori. Come on, buddy. Hold on, fellas and ladies. Sorry about that. I had them hooked up before. Thank you, Tori. For those of you that are like, wow, this is they kind of have their shit together. We do not. Exhibit A. Better? Thanks. Yeah, so these are Beats 3. I'm not endorsing these by any means. They're great. They're better than the speaker for sure. By the way, we're going to be upgrading very shortly to a mic, thanks to you guys and some of the gifts that you guys have brought us throughout the life of this live stream so far. All of what we have been generating from likes and gifts and all that kind of support that you guys give us every day, every week, is going straight to upgrading. I know you're probably thinking, how could they possibly have any more polished sound and visuals than what they've got right now? But we're moving. So we're taking everything you guys are throwing at us, taking all that love you guys are throwing at us and throwing it right back at you. Once again, it's like this thank you with aggression. It's an interesting thing I got going on at the moment. Good to see you, Eunike. It's going to be fun to hang out with you. Good to see you again, Lamont. Thanks for popping in. Got some. Nick, good to see you again, man. How are you doing? DJ, got a couple of DJs in the house. What are we going to be doing today? People are like, what is this, man? Aggressive love. Yeah. So anyway, appreciate you guys dropping stuff in the Discord, especially if it's music you guys want us to check out, things that we can help each other with. I noticed Wu-Tang Bunny Kiki had dropped some information about her support and love of us and what she does. Maybe when she pops on, maybe I can share her words as well. But anything that you guys are looking for help with, music-ish, anything you're looking to help with, music-ish, if it's audio, if it's visual, if it's design, if it's marketing, whatever it is, Jay Cozy for sure. Looking forward to maybe doing like a full-on Jack Johnson session with Jay. We'll call it JJ Cozy. Come on, give me one. Give me two. Give me a 2. Mind tricks. Gotta love Jack Johnson, man. Oh, thank you. Tori's like, yo, dude, get your audio together and rep me up, player. Tori, I love you so much. If I could assign you as a permanent referee, I would. Not even exaggerating. Actually, I think there's some point where we're like partner number something, and then we can do that. So if we want to hook up, come on, let's get Princess of Power a little more power. Yeah, man, Jack Johnson. Gotta love Jack Johnson, right? Man, I remember playing that for a girl once, and she goes, all his songs sound the same. And I was like, we're not talking ever again. Like, respect, but I gotta go. I remember the moment. It wasn't a date. It wasn't a date, but it was like we were, it was like one of those, oh, let's play it in the background in the office, whatever, chilling. By the end of the track, it was what's it called? Brushfire Fairy Tales. At least that's the first song. How's it go? Dust off your thinking caps, yellow powered plastic flaps. We are pretty pictures of what we ate. We are only what we hate. And in the long run we have found silent pictures are full of sound, inaudibly free. Ba-boom, boom, ba-boom, boom. Come on, everybody sing along. Slow down, everyone, you're moving too fast. Frames can't touch you when you're moving like that. Inaudible melody. That's where it ends. I don't know what the rest of the words are. His words are crazy. We should do a like shower tunes session where everybody has to just like accompany themselves awkwardly like I just did. No instrument, just fucking what are you doing right now kind of stuff. I think we should do that. Tori and I have been having all sorts of mad ideas. What did we call this one? What's the new name for this one, T? What do we call this? Come on. Yep. Let's call some coffee talk. So 9:30 to 10, which is sort of optional to be honest with you, because we're sort of we're like that. Sometimes we pop on at 9:30, sometimes we don't. But when we do, there's always this going on. Oh, you need to make yours? Well, go do that. I don't see how any would. By the way, full disclosure. Oh, it's 9:59. Let's start the real segment. So 9:30 to 10 is coffee talk. This is where it's just rando, awkward. What the hell is he talking about time? And we hang out. It's like the pre-party, and then 10 to 11 is sort of the like, what is it? The interview segment, and then we have the after party. Unfortunately, today. Yeah, go make some coffee, everybody. Today we're gonna pop off hard stop at 11, so in an hour. For those of you that may not be on Pacific time, I would guess most of you are not on Pacific time. So we're going for just an hour today. So let's get on it. Let's bring our wonderful guest. You guys ready to pop on, Unike? Yes, you are. You already got that hand up. You're like, yo, dude. Hook this up. Kyle and Neal. What's going on, gentlemen?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you guys?
I'm good. How are
Yeah,
you?
cool. Thanks for having us on.
My pleasure. So let me just so I can get my bearings. Thank you very much, Margot. Okay, based on what I'm hearing, you guys are both on speaker,
No.
right? You're on the. In other words, there's a slight delay. I know this sounds really dorky, but I'm just trying to get a vibe on like.
We've both got headphones on, so.
Got it.
No.
So you both have headphones on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Say something, Kyle.
Hello.
Excellent. That helps me to understand who's talking, because actually what's funny is it's father and son, correct?
Yes.
Okay, awesome. My dad and I and my brother, actually, we all have the same, thank you, Natasha. We all sort of have like a similar voice.
Mm-hmm.
So like literally, I don't know if you guys can hear it on your end that are watching and listening, is like, if you guys say something, it's hard for me to tell auditorially like who just said that. But now I have a little bit better
right,
idea.
yeah. It's well, I'm originally from London. I was born south of London.
Yep.
And we're now in Lincolnshire. So actually, with Kyle, he sounds nothing like me to me. So it's very strange. He sounds like a Lincolnshire lad, really. So it's quite strange when you say we sound the same. I don't think we do at all.
I didn't mean the accent. It's a good point. I didn't mean the accent. I mean the tone and timbre.
Oh, right.
Right.
There's a certain, and again, my family's the same way. If one of us leaves a message, it's like, Jesus, he sounds just like you. Like, it's just like, I think there's something there. That'd be like a whole research project.
It was weird, right?
So it's super rad to have you guys on. I'm excited to take this wherever we might want to take it, and I would love to just kind of hear your guys' like experience as live streamers on You Now, what you love about it, what you've sort of experienced. So for those that there probably you have some friends that have popped on and that know you really well, but for those of us that maybe don't know your music or don't know the backstory, just introduce us to what you guys are up to with your channel.
Right.
I mean, we started streaming here at the end of 2017, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yep.
Let's see.
When did you get partnered? That was
last year.
It was last May, wasn't it?
Last May.
Last May.
July.
It got partnered finally, which was cool when they changed the numbers. So he had just enough, didn't you, to get it changed. This account has always been a band account. Although I'm not here all the time, I don't stream with him all the time. But when I'm available to do so, I'll come in and sing and do my stupidness, which is cool. And it's great that he lets me do it, which is fantastic. I never thought at nearly 55 I'd be doing this, so it's quite cool for me.
So do you guys write together? You play together? Like, what instruments do you guys? How does it work that you guys create or play together?
Well, I mean, I play guitar and piano.
Yeah.
Mostly.
Bass you can play.
Bass. I don't play bass often.
Yeah, you can do it at a mix. If you need to, you can do it there.
I mainly play guitar or piano. I'll be playing guitar today.
And I have for this purpose, I've got a Cajun, so I've got 2 plastic sticks. So I'll just get that. And it's easier for me because I don't have to bend. I've got arthritis in my spine and my hips, and I'm also visually impaired, so it's
I can relate to that.
A little bit strange as well, so that makes it a little bit more difficult. But we get on all right with it, really, don't we?
You could still play it's funny you said Cajun, and I was like, what did he just say? So when I've heard it said cajon, and I'm like, cajon. So
I always say Cajun. I don't know why.
British. No, it's just probably English.
I think
like,
so.
American English, whatever.
Yeah, cajon always sounds a bit weird to me. I don't know why. It just it doesn't sound right.
Yeah, dude, we could, by the way, I'm sort of like semi-famous for my bad dad jokes. So if you and I want to do maybe like a game show version of like, I'll out dad joke you.
Oh dear.
We could, I don't know if you play that game or not, but
no, not often.
You'll pick up very quickly. Trust me, it's instinctual. And I'm not even a dad, so trust me, I'm very natural.
I see.
I want to let you guys play a song to just kick things off a little bit. What are you guys going to play? Tell us about the song, and then you can just jump right in.
So we're going to play a song from the album we just released at the end. When was it? I can't remember.
It's only been 5 weeks, isn't it?
5 weeks.
It's been 5 weeks. So this is called The Journey. The album
is
called The Journey.
Yep.
Yeah. Dope.
Backstory-wise, I can't remember a backstory. A lot of our songs just kind of come up out of nowhere.
Sometimes we can be together and we can sit, write a song in 20 minutes, and then sometimes you can agonise over it, and it takes forever to do stuff.
Yep.
A lot of the writing Kyle will do on his own, and if he gets stuck, he'll ask me for help. I'm not very good lyric-wise, but I have my moments. Here and there, but there's
you can get them unstuck.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 times where we've done together, and a few times I've helped him out with odd words, and it's all made sense. So it works. It works between the 2 of us. We're pretty good. So
man, that's so cool to be able to work
like
as a family too together. That's super rad that you guys have the opportunity to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I really enjoy it because, say, I never thought, say, I'm 55 this year, and I never thought I'd be doing this. I mean, we started really like 5 years ago doing it properly. Kyle decided when he was like 13 that this is what he wanted to do for a job. So
and you went,
no, not at all. That's what we've done because I'm in a position where I enjoy music. I have some skills in like sound production. I can do a live setup and stuff like that. I've got equipment and bits and pieces, and we've begged, stealed, and borrowed bits. We've got a pretty good thing for when we play live. We're pretty comparable with everybody else, so it's quite good. And it's something I'm interested in. So it was good. It was good for me. And as a dad, you've got to help. You've got to do it, haven't you? So that's it. So I'm pleased that I can do it, and I'm always grateful that he lets me do it with him as well. So it's got extra help for that, which is good.
Yeah, it's a fun hang.
That's right.
It's amazing. So yeah, man, let's hear a song, and then we'll talk about how you guys make stuff and a little bit about the new record.
All right, cool. So this is a song called No Invitation.
No Invitation.
It goes.
Are you doing an intro just before? Anytime, or will we do it straight?
We'll just do it straight.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, you ready?
As much, yeah. As much as I always am.
1, 2, 3. Breaking and sweat, my mind's in a run, speeding at 2 million miles an hour. By the boot shut from the sunlight creeping in through the crack in the wall. On top of sweetheart, there's no time to stop and start. My mind surrendering to this unforgiving irritation. It's like a welcome guest to a party with no invitation. Creating crossroads, making your thoughts turn black and white. Heavy feelings, sleepless evenings, drinking to pass the time. Trying to wake up, trying to make up with the ghost of myself. Recounting the hate now, the cause of the pain now. Is that why I'm left down on the shelf? Always looking for trouble, I'm in my own bubble, just seeking an answer for my calls. Will somebody pick up? Not been having much luck. Can somebody come and save me now? 'Cause my mind's surrendering to this unforgiving irritation. It's like a welcome guest to a party with no invitation. Creating crossroads, making your thoughts turn black and white. Heavy feelings, sleepless evenings, bringing to pass the time. Might surrender into this unforgiving irritation. It's like a welcome guest to a party with no invitation. Creating crossroads, making your thoughts turn black and white. Heavy feelings, sleepless evenings, drinking to pass the time.
Yeah!
I think that's the first or second time I've played the drum to it, so it's not too bad.
I think that's the first time.
I think it's the first time, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Victoria. Tori, did you just throw down a bunch of likes on us? because I couldn't tell. It said like Tori has done this, and I'm like, what? Thank you.
Cool.
Because normally it doesn't. Oh, thank you, Tori. Fucking beautiful. I love how this thing sounds.
Thank you.
So tell us about the record and the album and how this is your first time that you sort of recorded this a little more professionally than your first and second record, correct? Tell us about. Thank you, Natasha.
So our first 2 albums were recorded pretty much just with like a normal Mac, just a normal MacBook with Logic Pro with a Blue Snowball microphone. Okay. And we just recorded the guitar through the microphone. And vocals.
He just sang each track, and if he mucked it up, we just started again and went through it. I think the longest one that took was, oh dear, I think one was about four or five goes at it, wasn't it?
Yeah,
one. It was just this
one
part.
This was before. Earlier, the first and second.
Yeah.
And so what was different this time around?
So different this time around. I mean, now I have my normal streaming PC, or my gaming PC, I call it, and then I have an audio PC, which is just a MacBook, which we run Logic Pro through.
Okay.
We have what's this thing called?
Tascam. We've got a Tascam 16.8 interface.
Okay.
Yeah.
So 16 in, 8 out, and that can then take all the signals through it, which is brilliant. We have used that live as well, which is quite handy.
Right.
I've now got a different mixer for live. So
is it also a Tascam?
The new one is a Behringer.
Behringer. Okay,
Behringer.
Cool.
So it's a 24.
Wow, you guys have a lot of instruments.
It's just good to have extra ones if you need it.
Yeah.
So you know, it's always handy to have backups and stuff. I suppose I'm a bit overcautious with stuff like that, I think.
I like it.
But now and I say with what's the microphone you got? You got Rode now, haven't you? NT1.
Yeah, this microphone is this one here is a Rode NT1.
So that gives a better quality for that. Plus all the plugins and stuff that are in Logic. I mean, this whole album, he played everything on it.
Wow. So what are we talking about?
Apart from was it one thing?
One or two things.
One or two things. I think there was a bass line somewhere and a lead guitar somewhere and singing.
What are the instruments that you played on this record?
Let's see. Bass. I programmed drums. I played some drums. Guitar. Lead guitar for the first time ever, which is an experience. That took a while. Vocals. Keyboard as well, with changing from just a normal piano sound to strings or like
pads or something.
Woodwinds and stuff, pads and
woodwinds.
everything.
Yeah.
Dope.
In the last year or so, he's really been learning the Logic. I've had some issues with my eyes, unfortunately, and I've got really bad double vision all the time. It's stopped me. I can't really look at the screen for more than about 15-20 minutes at a time, and it's a bit of a pain. But he's got further with it than I ever would have done, I think. And I find bits here and there, and I'll watch a video and see something new and say to him, well, you have a try with this, or send him the video and say have a watch and see what you think. For something new, but you found a really good reverb you like now as well, haven't you? And stuff. There's a lot of new bits in this version, the Listen to Us version.
What do you guys notice sonically that's different? So if you go back and listen to your first record and your second record, then you go back and listen to this new one that came out 5 weeks ago, what do you notice differently from the end result compared to the other one?
It's everything
really. I mean, from the first album we recorded it in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
The second album was Kyle sat here 1 week in September and in the September and was bored and he had a few songs he'd written that were over from the first one, and he did a couple of redos on it, and he just sat in front of the computer. I think it was 3 days. Yeah. And the first thing I knew about it was, oh, Dad, I've done this. Have a listen. And it's okay. And so we put that out. We've put we've done some Christmas songs, Christmas EPs. We did one for charity.
Oh, cool. That's great.
Tom Sicko.
Tom Sycamore.
Sure.
Who's on You Now, and he's recorded a song. He recorded a song for our first album as well, which was excellent. And it's Beans on Toast. It's got a song on this one as Snuff.
Yeah.
That's Beans on Toast, who's on here.
The cover of Linkin Park song.
Linkin Park. Yep. That's on the album. He did that with Kyle. We've never met the guy, but with the digital age, you're able to now do stuff and never meet people. Which has its benefits and has its downfalls, because you'd like to always meet them. But if you can't travel or you're restricted, as we are at the moment, it's all good, and you are able to do this stuff. So it's much better. But yeah, I mean everything's a lot cleaner.
The whole process, yeah.
The whole sound is bigger, and we have 2 other guys in the band.
Oh.
But they were both doing A levels this last 2 years or last year, and they were restricted on time and stuff like that. Our bass guy, we haven't seen a lot of him, but he is very, very talented. I'm not sure what he got through the A level results came out yesterday, and I think he's looking at going to a university to study music. And our sort of lead guitarist, he started off as our drummer, Corey, and we figured out that he could play the guitar better than he could drum. So I went back, because I was originally going to stop playing drums because of my hands and the arthritis and stuff. And in the end, I ended up back. And Corey's just been accepted to go to the Royal Marines College of Music in Portsmouth for 3 years to do their stuff there, and then join one of the military bands. There's 6 military bands around the country, but he will be coming home so he can play live with us. He's still prepared to do that for us. We're not sure about what's happening with the bassist, but we're hoping that he's going to carry on as well. If not, we'll find another one, or we'll just plod on as we did before. So, it's all interesting. So everyone's. I mean, the combined age of the group now is 110, because we got So they're 18, 19 is 55, and I'm nearly 55. So
nice. Okay.
So the 3 of them add up to me. So which is quite an odd thing. But
and it looks like we got Mom on the stream as well, Laura.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She'll be there.
That's great. So, it's very nice to meet you, Laura. Thank you for being on here with us, and thank you. Victoria for your comments, and Courtney for sharing some friends with us and inviting some people. Thank you. So you had mentioned some musicians, Kyle, before, that are sort of influences. I'm kind of curious, like, between the 2 of you, who are some artists, bands, songwriters, producers, whatever, who are some people that you admire or that influence you? Like Kyle, you can start. Who are some musicians that inform like what you love?
I think I grew up listening to a lot of classic rock, like Queen, AC/DC.
My fault.
Iron Maiden.
Yeah, it was totally your fault. Way to go, Dad.
For sure. Thanks for that.
I fit the stereotype, like.
Right.
True. I don't know, like a lot of newer artists as well, like Tom Walker and Lincoln Park was a big one.
Yeah.
For me, Chester was a massive vocal inspiration, for sure.
Sorry, what was the last one you said? I'm sorry.
No worries. Lincoln Park, Chester Bennington.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Yeah.
And Neal?
I will listen to anything you put in front of me, as long as I can understand the words, I'm quite happy.
Yeah, but what do you love to listen to? What are you listening to when?
I mean, growing up,
do more.
I listen to a lot of blues, which has nothing to do whatsoever with what we do.
Hey, quick question. Do you know Michael? You guys know Michael Lee, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you like that style of, like, you know, B.B. King and?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, because you could say blues and it could literally mean 1,000 things.
Oh God, yeah. I mean, I've been doing a show on an internet radio station, a blues show.
Like your own show.
Yeah, at the minute I can't do it, but he's replaying my old ones at the moment. On
so what do you
Wednesday
play? What era?
Anything and anything.
Okay.
If it's in the blues genre, I'll play it. New, old, anything I will play. I will play literally anything that's got a blues sound to it. My particular file, I love the sound of a Hammond organ. I love the sound of a harmonica. Is just amazing to me. I just love that sound. So I listen to that. I listen to a lot of heavy rock. I listen to a lot of Motorhead, Queen, Metallica, anything, and then Beatles, a big influence.
I'm not familiar with who.
The Beatles. No,
that's my dry British humor falling. They
went right over there. I mean, really, I will listen to. Like I say, I will listen to anything.
So basically, what you're telling me is you hate the Rolling Stones.
Take them or leave them. I mean, you know.
That's great. Your response says everything.
If I had to choose between the Rolling Stones and the Who, I would choose the Who. Personally.
Yeah.
But
no, it's cool. Because there's always been this sort of, like, do you like the Beatles or do you like the Rolling Stones more? And what's interesting to me is that so many of, I mean, even from way back in that era, I don't care who it is, Elvis, the Beatles, Rolling Stones. There was someone else that popped into my mind as well. They all started by covering blues songs.
Yes.
Fleetwood Mac.
Yeah,
all of these bands were bar bands playing blues songs.
Yeah, definitely.
That's what they did for a couple of years, and then they're like, maybe we should play like an original.
I mean, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
I did at the end of my show for the last 20 minutes. I picked a band and played like 5 or 6 songs, and I found this really old one of theirs. I think it was the second album that they'd done, and it was all blues, and I'd never heard it before. And
this is by who? By Fleetwood Mac or who?
No, by Aerosmith.
Aerosmith.
And absolutely blew my head off. And whoa, that was so cool. So, I mean, I will literally. I mean, I love classical music as well. So I'll listen to anything.
You really do mean it. Everything.
Yeah, I will listen to anything. I'll listen to thrash metal. I don't care if I can figure it out. You know, I'll have a go at it. So rap, I don't. You know, there's a lot of good stuff about. You just got to find it. If there's some stuff that you immediately turn around and go, ugh, I don't like. You know, but you got to give it. You got to give it a go. Give it. You know.
I remember the first time I heard Radiohead's. What's the record that was like their big breakthrough record? It had Paranoid Android on it. Somebody helped me out. It was like, it's an amazing record. And I remember the first time I heard it, I went, every music critic says that this is like this epic record. It's one of the best records that's ever come out of, and I'm like, I hate this thing. And then after a while, I'm like, no, this is absolutely incredible. It took me probably 5, 6, 7 listens to realize all the weird, how everything fits together.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, computer. Thank you. Oh my God.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's literally one of my favorite records. But yeah, some music just takes a few listens, or sometimes it takes someone sort of introducing you to it or seeing it live or something that translates it for you.
Sometimes there's an album and you just like every song on it. And sometimes there's an album, there's just one that sticks out and you're not bothered really about the rest. But, there's a lot of albums that it's if there's 10 tracks on there, I will quite happily listen to all 10. You know, so there's a lot really over the years that I've found. So yeah, I mean, like I say, you know, anything, I don't mind.
Right. So look, you guys as well as us, we have kind of a hard stop in half an hour. So normally we can let these run a little more and we kind of just let it go wherever. But because we have 30 minutes left, I'm going to sort of put something out there as a couple of options of where we can take this. And I'm like game to go wherever you guys want to go. Okay. So one thing I think would be interesting is to just talk about your experiences with now, with live streaming, with how that's evolved, what you've learned, experiences you've had, because I think that's sort of like the spirit of a lot of what we do here when we bring people on, is just talk about like, how does this all come together, you know, artist by artist by artist. The other alternative, and it's completely up to you guys and / the you guys that are in the room, and you can also kind of chime in on this. Kyle, you had a song, a newish song that you sent me last night that you're like, yo, I got this song, I'm kind of working on it, whatever. And we could sort of look at that song and almost like kind of put more of a sort of producer like look on the song. How could we expand that song or look at that song or review that song if you wanted to sort of flesh it out more. So I think either one of those could easily fill up half an hour, but I don't know if we could do both. Right. So what do you guys think? What would be cool? What would be cool for you two?
It was easy, really. I mean, we did play the song, so we practiced the song. Because I had nothing to do with it whatsoever. So, but I did figure out a drum to it. So we can play it and see how we go from there, and then talk about. I mean, we'll probably have time to talk about the other things as well. So, there's not a lot to say. I mean, for me, I think now is a great platform. All the streaming platforms are very good. They all have something. They all bring something to the table. Yeah. They let you meet new people, and I mean, you've definitely met people, haven't you?
Yeah, for sure.
That are friends and will probably be friends for a long, long time.
I met my girlfriend on here. So.
You did, yeah. You did meet the girlfriend on here, which is
that's amazing
and cool. Yeah. So you can get good things on the internet. So then again, I did meet Carl's mum on the internet. So. In a totally different way.
Wow. But, okay, so the internet's a good thing for sure. Yeah,
she only moans that she couldn't get a refund. But, that's the way it goes.
That's hilarious.
I am not Amazon, unfortunately.
let me ask you one thing about live streaming that came to me sort of this morning when I was thinking about what we might talk about.
Right.
Yeah. You know. First, if you were talking to someone that didn't really know a lot about live streaming, maybe they're like, and that's a lot of people, including Tori and I, like a lot of us are just kind of like, how does this work? What is going on? What is the one thing about live streaming that you think people don't actually completely get, that you guys, having done it for a few years, might understand that people might not immediately grasp about it?
I think a big thing is, especially if you've watched a few streamers, like a few big streamers on here that have a sub button and are partnered and have been for years. Sometimes people go into things thinking, oh, you can make money from this instantly, which isn't the case at all. It takes years and years of work.
As with anything, it takes time.
As with anything.
Which is thing.
But I think that's one of the only things. I think enjoying it as well, doing something you enjoy.
Well, making use of the software now has made it better, I think. Because you can use the OBS now, and you can put in more things, transitions, and you can have different screens. And when he has his keyboard on, he has a little keyboard screen come down the bottom. And if I'm just walking around the house and I'll come and sing a song with him, he'll just flick that camera on, and you can just about see me I'll stand in the doorway and just because you can't normally get in here because it's full of guitars and stuff. So we cleared it out so I can see.
How many guitars do you guys own?
Probably.
There's
12.
There's 12 or 13 here, and I've got another 1, 2, 3, I've got another 4 at mine, another couple of keyboards. I've got an acoustic drum kit, 2 electronic drum kits, bongos, percussion stuff.
Don't forget the bongos.
No, you never
forget the bongos.
Awesome.
That's a great answer. Sticking with it, doing something that you actually enjoy, and finding a space that you're good with, and also that it's evolved a lot over the last couple months, probably.
Yeah.
For sure.
They're introducing more stuff. The gaming side is a big thing as well, isn't it? For a lot of people. A lot of people are doing that now. And there's still the people that just like to sit and talk, which is always good as well. The only ones I don't get, I never got the reason for is the guys who fall asleep and just leave the camera on.
I didn't quite understand that when I first saw it either.
I have no clue what that's about, and I still have no clue what that's about.
Yeah.
But it's everyone to their own, I guess. So
for sure,
it's a thing. So everything's a thing, isn't it? Eventually. Yeah. But no, if you want to do it, it's a cool thing to do. It's not for everybody. Definitely.
Okay. Who is it not for?
Well,
and what I mean by that is, I think anyone can live stream, obviously, and I think that's super cool to just go on and do whatever the hell you feel like doing at that moment. But I mean, from a sort of sense of like, I want to move in, I want to do live streaming, I want to kind of do it semi-professionally, I want to do something on it regularly.
I think you've got to have a passion for it. I think you've got to be interesting, and you've got to engage your audience. That's probably the biggest thing. And if you can't do that, then that's why there's only 2 or 3 people in your stream.
So what's hard about engaging an audience?
I think the hardest part about engaging an audience is finding something to talk about and getting past the barrier of when you start off streaming, there's going to be no one in your chat. So, and there's going to be times when there's hardly anyone there, so you've got to keep the ball rolling. You've got to just talk about your day, talk about things you did, ask random questions.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if they still do it, but when you start streaming on now, things used to pop down, like
suggestions.
Ask your viewers about your day and ask them what they had for dinner or something.
Yeah.
Like.
You've got. It's the same as anything. You've got to keep people interested in what you're doing, I guess.
It reminds me, Tori. I want to say that the person that shared this with us was probably Michael Lee, but I have something from the last few days in my brain where someone said to us that knows what they're talking about. You can learn to literally just talk about what you're thinking as you're doing it. Like, I'm going to grab my phone right now. Let's see if I can find blah, blah. And you're just talking it. Who said that, Tori? I'm trying to remember. I think you told me. But things like that you think, okay, how does that solve the problem? It just fills the space and lets people know that like there's some connective tissue between the people that are watching and the person that's right.
I mean, for me, I would be useless, to be absolutely honest with you. I'm fine sitting behind a thing, playing music and telling you who it was and what the next one is. But apart from that, I'm hopeless. I've always had I can't even say the word stutter. I've always had a stutter. Sometimes it's worse than others. And I used to record my show, and I didn't realise that Logic kept all the takes that you do.
Right.
And I found a folder with 33.
Oh, were they cringeworthy? There's a lot of like.
No, it was just me trying to say. Oh God, what do you call it? Clearwater Revival.
Credence
Clearwater Revival, and there was 30 of them, and I'm There was a lot of swearing.
That'll do it. CCR. Kiki's like, CCR. Go straight CCR on that.
CCR, but not everyone knows what CCR is. So but yeah, it's cool. So I couldn't do a talk show. I would be absolutely hopeless at it.
Yeah.
But some people are really good at talking, I guess. So that's it. What can you do?
So let's do some music. What's the name of this song that you have?
So,
Do you have a name for it yet?
the name of the song I have is A Second to Be Free, which I think I'll keep. I think we originally said we were going to play a song at the start and a song at the end, but I've added this one in because I wanted some feedback on it.
Yeah.
So this is, in a way, a second part of the song we're going to play at the end. So yeah.
Can I ask you maybe like one thing before you play the song?
Yeah, sure.
Just to give a little context, it's almost like I could listen to this. We could all listen to the song with almost different kinds of ears, right? One is just okay, right? So whatever a stage of evolution the song is in, like, is there a place you'd like this song to sort of end up? Do you want it as a song on the next album? Do you want to put it out as a single? Do you want to just have it be a song that sounds a particular way or does something in particular? Like, what would be the best case scenario for this song in the future?
I think where I want it to go is I want to release it as a single, pop it on the next album, and I think I want it to sound very, punchy, like different in a way. But what I try to do is make something that sounds like an everyday song and then go back to it later after I have like a draft or a demo of it and like make it sound different or make it sound new.
I mean, there was a couple of songs on the third album that ended up completely different to what they started as.
Right.
Yeah.
They sound nothing like he originally wrote them or we wrote them. So there's always room for improvement, definitely.
So you mean, in other words, getting the song to the point where it sort of sounds like a 3.5 minute sort of pop punk sound or whatever song, like a kind of a normal, okay, that's a song, behaves like a normal song.
Yeah.
And then in the production process, start to tweak around with it a little bit and make it a little more unique in terms of how, right.
Like, I don't know. I watched Hamilton, if you've watched it. I don't know if you have.
Mm-hmm.
But it's very hip-hop based.
Yep.
And the day after I watched it, I went on to Logic and I bought up like 2 different hip-hop beats, put them under each other, and then I went and got a guitar, put it in drop D and played a heavy riff over it, and it's probably the best thing I've done in a while.
Cool.
Just find things like that.
So messing around with it later, yeah.
For sure.
Awesome. I mean, you can always add to it, can't you? So that's the thing. That's the great thing about music. You can always put more. You can always add more to it if you feel that it needs it, or sometimes it's just basic. Mm-hmm. Sometimes all it needs to be is a guitar and a voice, and sometimes it needs to blast your head off. So it's all good.
All right, cool. So let's hear it. Let's hear what you got so far. And is this? Do you have it completely written, or is it kind of half written, or what stage is it in at the moment?
Yeah, I think it's completely written. I have sections which I like to work on and expand. Like there'll be a breakdown part which I want our lead guitarist to do a solo over, but I can't get him to do that at the moment, so I'll have to wait. But yeah.
Victoria says we love good layering. Yeah, I mean, there's so many things you can do once that basic song is sort of tracked and right. Mm-hmm. So cool. Let's hear it.
Okay. All right. So this is called A Second to Be Free. And hopefully goes like something like this.
I'm just going to try and remember what I did now. Hopefully. We shall see.
Ready?
Yes.
Right.
Go on, boy.
We're the ones who find we have the power to set the world alight. Let's leave it all behind. Take the sun away into the night. All you have to do is close your eyes. See the truth life passes by. Emotions will never die. Let them soar to the other side tonight. You were the spirit of the night. Take one step children of the night. It's time for change, so it's our time. We're full of fight, so we'll be fine. It's our time here to shine. We are the children of the night. We're the youth of tonight. Our vision shines so bright. Come hear our battle cry. Time to spread your wings and fly. All you have to do is close your eyes. See the truth that passes by. Emotions will never die. Let them soar to the other side tonight. You are the spirit of the night. Say one step on the other side. One the end we will survive. We are the children of the night. It's time for change, so it's our time. Full of fight, so we'll be fine. It's our time here to shine. We are the children of the night. Change, so it's our time. We're flying, so we'll be fine. It's our time to shine. We are the children of the night. You are the spirit of the night. Take one step from the other side. One the end will survive. We are the children of the night.
Love it, man. I got some chills on that last hook. When you guys came back in after the solo, the breakdown solo thing that no one was soloing on, and everybody heard it in their head.
That's it. Yeah, that's what I did.
That's why you go to a live show. Is that moment right where it's,
yeah.
You guys come back into the hook.
I was just when I heard it the first time when he played it, I was standing there going, yeah, it just needs that. I was like,
yeah,
it's just the thing, you know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be good.
I completely love it. I completely love it. So there's a couple of things that I could throw out, and again, I'm going to play off of something, Neal, that you said a second ago. I'm a really bad songwriter. I've probably written 500 songs in my life, and basically they all suck.
Yeah.
That said, I've worked with a lot of songwriters and a lot of artists and people, and what I am good at, I think, and this goes across the board in business or a lot of other things, that I'm good at hearing what someone got going, and I can be like, ooh, and I can be like, what if, and that's something that I'm quite good at. So, especially based on what you guys said a second ago, like I listen very closely to what someone wants to do with a song. If I'm putting anything out there about that song, because it's really not about me or my ideas. It's more, okay, what are you guys trying to do with this song? And if there's anything that I can pull from. And also I'll just say, just for a little bit of context, I worked as admissions director with a mainstream recording studio that taught production classes for 2 or 3 years. Yeah. And so I listened to a lot of very effective songwriting from a commercial standpoint. So it's not a matter of like, okay, let's make this into a hit. It's just, what are some things that could make it a little more sticky, a little more like basically the same song, but just a couple of small things. So one thing I notice is Okay, it's in A, right?
Yeah.
So you're using 4 chords: A, G, E, and D, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so right?
Yeah.
So okay, I'll take one step back and make one other sort of small point. In commercial music, what's the most important part of the song?
No clue.
Yeah. Guess.
Well,
The chorus, the
the
hook.
chorus, I would think.
Yeah. That's the thing that basically, like, that's what most human beings grab onto, that's memorable, and sort of, that's their doorway in. If you can get them through that doorway where they're singing along to the hook, then they'll stick around and listen to what you're saying in the verses, and they'll stick around for the solo and end. So the hook is like 50% of the game. You've got to make sure that, and part of the game, I think, when you're getting a hook to be effective is the frame around the hook in a way, which means everything that happens, especially before that very first hook, needs to feel like when you get to that first hook, it's like an explosion. It's a climax. It's like, wow, dude, we got there.
Mm-hmm.
So one thing it's a small thing. It's sort of nitpicky in a way, but it's something that you could think about doing if you're feeling it. What's up, Kim? I appreciate that you're here too, because Kim's a really good songwriter and a really good vocalist. So it's cool that you're here as well. And we have 10 minutes, so we're race against the clock. I would say if you're at that first part of the verse, and you're going down to that G sharp, it's kind of a lower note.
Yeah.
And it's a little bit less exciting or enthusiastic than the rest of the melody. And then you have to come back up for the second half of the verse again. You have to sort of you're sort of letting it sort of lilt down for a second, and then you've got to move it back up.
Go back.
Does that make sense? So again, one option, and it's a very, very, very small tweak, is instead of going, you could go.
Yeah, so you go slightly higher. Yeah.
Da, 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 da. Then when you go into the second half of the verse, it's still, it's not like you're having to sort of pull it up from that lower note. Because that note in particular it feels lower than it is. It's only a half step below, but it feels like it kind of goes, it's not as strong and emotional, enthusiastic. You feel what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
And there's another part where you do kind of something similar. Can you sing the second half of the verse again and then just stop at the chorus?
Like the pre-chorus bit, I guess. All you have to do is close your eyes, see the truth that passes by. Emotions will never die, let them soar to the other side.
Stop.
Tonight.
To the other side tonight.
Right.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
It's like you feel like, oh shit, here it comes. Sorry, I drop F-bombs and S-bombs. That's just how I am. So sorry if it's. But da 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 da. Don't let it down right before the chorus, because you got to pull it back up again.
Yeah.
It's
the thing
one note. It's one note. Da 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 da.
Yeah.
Da, da. You got to push it back
rather than down. Yeah.
One. So da da. Just stay A and B. Don't go down to. There's no reason to.
No.
You feel what I'm saying?
The thing is, a lot of the time as well, he'll do extra vocals, which are higher, or I'll sing something which between the two it sounds completely different again. but we haven't got to that stage. So by the end of it, that still could sound completely different. But it makes sense though. Yeah, it does make sense what you said.
It's very subtle stuff that most people wouldn't notice. That even listeners wouldn't notice. They would notice a feel. That's different, but they wouldn't necessarily notice like, oh, it seems like there's a note different. No one's going to notice this stuff. That's the part of the songwriting that's good songwriters do. They manipulate your emotions in a way. They're trying to move you through a story. And they're doing it in ways that you don't notice. That's the whole. So that was one thing. Another thing you could do is play the chorus. Play the chorus, and then play it and stop. In other words, play it to the end of play the whole chorus, and then stop. And I just want to give you one other idea that might be interesting for it.
Okay, let's see. All right. You are the spirit of the night. Take one step from the other side.
Hold on. Chorus. So that section, the hook.
Take one step from the other side. Toward the end we will survive. We are the children of the night. It's time for change, so it's our time. We're full of fight, so we'll be fine. It's our time to shine. We are the children of the night.
So when you're transitioning out of that into the next section, I feel like what you're going into after that, it might still sort of be a little open-ended and like something that you're figuring out or you're experimenting with. But again, it feels like it's not necessarily leading you back to the verse yet. What you could do, because you basically have an open strum pattern for the chorus, and then for the verse, it's right?
Mm-hmm.
So one thing you could do, and this is sort of a hack, simple, ham-fisted way to prove my point. It's not necessarily my suggestion, but it's just a way to sort of highlight the point. If you actually just rested.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
That's what I've been trying to figure out how to do.
Yeah.
Just rest for 4 bars.
So it's just rest that last bit and then go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Try it. Just try it. Play the chorus, rest for 4 beats, and sing your way into the next verse.
Yeah. Okay. You're the spirit of the night. Take one step from the other side. Toward the end we will survive. We are the children of the night. It's time to change, so it's our time. We're full of fight, so we'll be fine. It's our time to shine. We are the children of the night.
So, no, sorry, it's like this. We are the children of the night. Rest, 2, 3, 4. So go 1, 2.
Okay. Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
So night. So night. It's a really classic pop punk thing to do. It's really sort of obvious.
Yeah.
But try it. Just try it so you get a feel for it.
Yeah. That's cool. That's the thing. You share with other people and you get other ideas, and that's fun.
So you know what? You could just do night. Just go night.
Yeah.
Literally say the word night on a night. You understand? The very, very end of the chorus.
Yeah, I get what you're talking about. I just can't do it. My brain is mixing on it.
I bet you can.
He's thinking too hard about it. I think that's the thing.
Do this. Play the A chord and sing the word night. Night, night. Just let it sing. Just let it. Night. And then rest.
That's it.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So it's night.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So at least, again, I'm not saying like do that with the song. What I'm saying is that when you go from that hook back into the verse again, it better feel like you raised the stakes even a little more.
Ready for the next bit. Yeah.
And again, with this style of music that's sort of, pop music and punk music and rock music smashed together, you also use the word punchy. That's a punchy way to arrange the song. Just like one thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So anyway, it's just an idea. I know you guys need to hop out right at 11, and I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
So thank you guys for opening up your song and sharing it with us a little bit. Does that help at all? Is that you feel like
for sure, for sure.
I'll say if you speak to other people and they listen to what you're doing, you get other ideas from other people, and you can figure stuff out that way, which is really useful. It's handy. I mean, it's like when we see Corey and stuff, and he'll be quite he's very musically correct with his stuff, and he'll come up with an idea and he'll say, "Oh, you do it this way," and it does work. It takes some explaining sometimes, but we get there in the end, don't we?
For sure.
But it's cool.
Yeah, and by the way, I did invite Steven. I don't know if he popped in. I don't think so, but I will be happy to connect you guys. I'll reach out to him and let him know what you're up to. I sent Neal, I sent Kyle a link to someone that I know.
Yeah, you mentioned it, yeah.
That's really a great producer as well as a songwriter and artist. And
that was the one you played on thing, wasn't it? Yeah, you played part. Yeah, he sounded very good. Yeah.
So he was actually one of the students that we had at the academy, and I just thought that he was kind of in the same, the same wheelhouse stylistically. So would love to have you guys back on. Would love to hear an update on the song and on the different stuff. Yeah. And you guys are always welcome to hang out with us. And anything we can do to sort of help, we'd love to stay in touch with you guys.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Absolutely, my pleasure. So thank you guys for it was an awesome song. I loved hearing this last night when you sent me the video. I really enjoyed it. So we'll see you guys soon. Come back anytime on a Wednesday or Friday and join us. We're here at 10 o'clock Pacific, which is whatever now is minus an hour. What time is it there for you guys? 7:30? 8:30?
7 p.m. Just going up 7
p.m. Okay.
Yeah.
You guys know Emma McGann?
Yes. Yeah.
Is she in the same time zone as you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Because we had done a couple of streams with her, and I was like trying to remember what I know. It's like nighttime-ish for you guys.
Yeah. Sometimes it can be a pain because it can be 2, 3, 4 in the morning for us. It's a little bit
totally
for some people, but
that's the other part of live streaming. Like
otherwise you start getting complaints from the neighbours that time of night. So
yeah, totally. So again, thank you guys so much. That was really super fun. And we'll do more of those if you guys want to. That was just kind of a little music conversation. Kim, good to see you again. DJ Mind Tricks, thank you for popping in. Nick, thank you for coming in again. Victoria, thank you for your comments. Margot, good to see you as well. Wu-Tang, good to see you. Thank you for your comments in Discord, by the way. Unknown, you got a new picture, bro. What'd you do with your picture? Scotty, good to see you. We got to pop off now. We love you guys, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Cheers.
For sure. See you later.
Let us know how we can help you, gents. We'll see you soon.
Take it easy.
See you later.
Nice. Bye.